What's good, everybody? The voice of the WGC back in the building. And, ooh, looks like 2K is declaring war on modders. Oh man, make it make sense. Imagine trying to shut down the main thing keeping your game alive. Imagine that. Because, I mean, you aren't going to go out of your way and add anything new to this already dead game. You aren't going to go out of your way and update anything in this game, so why are you trying to prohibit them from doing so? Because you realize when people were saying all these cool things that they're adding, that's going to lead to more sales. You realize that, right? If the end goal is more profit, more money, then why are you trying to shut that down? Oh, I know why. It's because of my faction, isn't it? Yeah. So let's go ahead and go through this patch 1.21. Added new my faction content, of course. You know that that's number one on the list, of course. Added mod blocker, fixed memory related crashes, added stability and performance fixes. Yeah, I don't really care because all in all, when you look at a patch notes, it's not really anything of significance on here. Even if it's something that you think that's gonna be fixed, something that it says that they fixed, it's not really fixed. I don't know when's the last time I've actually booted up a 2K game and I thought, wow, especially with 2K23, and I thought, wow, these patches are absolutely money. Chef's kiss. These patches are amazing. I don't know when's the last time. Just keeping it real. But let's continue. So, start a little back and forth. People are trying to call the modders hackers, which I really got to scratch my head on that one because just because 2K is calling it an anti cheat, you can't really label a modder a hacker. Because what a modder is essentially doing is they're providing content for the game. What a hacker is essentially doing is they're trying to break the game. And they're trying to cheat and boost their way up leaderboards. That's what a hacker is trying to do. You want to see hacking? If you know, you know. What about 2K14 when somebody can press the directional pad and hit you with that T-pose freeze? What about 2K14 when you get hit with that ring bell hack? What about 2K14 when you can press that D-pad and automatically your opponent teleports to you and rolls you up and gets a quick win? Remember that? What about 2K14 when somebody can hit that D-pad and they can trap you under the elimination chamber? Remember that? What about 2K14 when somebody can literally snatch you out of your pod when it's not even your time to get released from your pod? Remember that? What about 2K14 when somebody can press the D-pad and they can keep on doing the STO or the choke slam or the sweet chin music or the attitude adjustment? I'm not even joking. Like, you would teleport. Like, basically, it'll be a normal 1v1, but it'll teleport you to the top of the arena, and it'll act like you're in a Hell in a Cell match, and you would get choke slammed like 20 to 30 feet down to the mat. You don't know about hacking if you want to call this a hack. You're literally delusional as fuck. It is literally insane to call this a hack. Because there are some things in 2K23 that can definitely be addressed. I can show you how to really cheat in this game if you want me to. I can really show you. There's like some type of super kick, some type of roundhouse kick that you can keep on repeating. Press A over and over and over and over and over again. As long as you're outside the ring, your opponent cannot reverse it. And you can keep getting hit with this over and over and over again. When you gonna address this, 2K? That's hacking. When you gonna address this? Address the actual problems with the gameplay. You know, you're kind of losing me here. You really are. Because you don't want to focus on the game. You don't want to focus on fixing the gameplay, tuning the gameplay, fixing your trash ass universe mode, fixing GM mode, adding more mass up. You don't want to worry about any of this, but you want to worry about shutting down the modders. That's crazy. So basically, Rips tells this user who deleted this. This was absolutely hilarious when somebody tries to go head to head with you and then they go on to delete their tweets. That's it. Just it's absolutely hilarious. But Rips says that he basically goes on and tells this user that you're limited on console because this user basically tries to shun him and say that he can do everything that he does on console, that he doesn't need the modders. I find that absolutely hilarious because although yes, there are some amazing content creators on console, you do not have access to even half the tools that you do on PC. You cannot create what they create on PC. No matter how good you think you are, no matter how good of a creator you think you are, you're not gonna go head to head with these 5-star modders. I'm trying to tell you. PC is where it's at. Even me as a console player, I play console because I love playing online. Even me as a console player, I'm willing to admit PC is where it's at. I'm just saying, if there were a lot of people on PC playing online, hey, that's where I would be too. Or if we had crossplay, hey, that's where I would be if they connected Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. That's where I would be, PC. But since I am primarily an online player and we already have cross-platform community creations, I'm on console. But I'm not gonna lie, PC is where it's at. And if you strip all of this away, what do you have? You have little to nothing. Even with the people who create specifically on console. I'm just saying. You're not creating these insane venues like fighting at a terminal. You're not creating these insane arenas like bringing back the retro feel. The ability to fight at the ability to brawl at Area 51. You're not introducing this to 2K. You don't have access to these tools. What about bringing back old animations from previous games? You're not doing this on console. What about custom music and all these crazy ass Titantrons? You're not doing this on console. I'm just saying. So we continue, and once again, I'm all for the block. I don't use mods. I'll just make the attires and stuff myself. I don't need the help of hackers. Here we go once again. Just talking, 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 talking. Like I don't understand, y'all. I really don't. But what I find really funny is the same individual that tried to act like he was cooking and tried to go back and forth with Rips. Guess what? It turns out that Status had receipts and that you actually do need mods. You actually do download these creations from these modders. Look at them. So Status uploaded a Dark Alexa Bliss, okay? And then the same dude who said he could just make it himself, guess what? He replies, just got it. Keep it up, my man. Do you see how two-faced some of these motherfuckers are? They will support you one day and hate you the next day. This is how the game goes. It's really sad how this shit is. Like you can't just go out of your way and say that the creation is dope. You gotta feed your ego and think that you can do everything they do on console. You're crazy. You are absolutely crazy. And then we continue. He got caught slipping not once, but twice. Damn. So you got caught slipping twice. It turns out that you indeed use the mods. But look at his response. Look at his response. He says, yeah, I instantly got rid of it after playing as her. And then again he says, and I got rid of that one too. What's your point? this is this is people for you. People that hate to be wrong. This is these kind of individuals for you. People that can't accept the fact that they're wrong. People that love to feed their ego. These are the individuals that we have in the community. So you already got caught slipping, but this is your response. I played it and got rid of it. When you know damn well that it's still installed on your console and you're still playing it to this day. And if you think that you can create exactly what they create, then go for it, my guy. Go for it. I want to see if you can literally replicate this and make it look exactly like this. Upload a video, Gabe. Upload a video and make sure it looks exactly like this. Don't copy and paste. Don't copy and paste and be like, oh, I made it. No, no, no. Do a step-by-step video of you creating this Ronda Rousey or this Dark Alexa Bliss. Do it step by step. Going from a default car with nothing on it to this or this. I want to see it. I want to see it. Let's see it. Mr. Console Creator, let's see it. I'm interested. Man, some of y'all are really full of shit, man. You're really full of yourself. You gotta let that ego go. And then status goes on to say the block is for the people that upload, not download. The block is for modded creations on 1.21 patch and above. The block doesn't prevent existing creations that are on community creations. The block prevents mods from being installed. The block prevents custom music mods. But he says that he found a workaround for that, and he says the block prevents modders from adding new mods on 1.21 patch and above. But he says that he also found a workaround for the whole thing in general. So with that being said, as of now, the modders are safe because man, it was bad. A lot of them were complaining and said that they couldn't even boot up their game. Like it was absolutely insane. 2K is really trying to crack down on this. But 2K, listen here, this wouldn't be a problem if you allowed us to get these same models from my faction and make them fully playable characters. It's a simple thing. It's a simple thing. I mean, you created this, you had this Backlash Bad Bunny. You put your all into that shit, into that Backlash Bad Bunny, and that was a fully playable character. That wasn't locked behind my faction. So why can't you do the same with this? You have proven that you are able to make anyone a fully playable character. All you gotta do is if you lock something behind my faction, let us be able to go into my faction, unlock the card, and exit the game mode and play it as a fully playable character. That's all you gotta do. Simple. It wouldn't be a problem. The problem isn't the my faction mode itself. The problem is how you operate it. That's what's the problem. And it's mighty funny how they want to put up this. I absolutely love this 2K by the numbers. I love it because they like to brag and boast like their game is top tier. Like mods aren't carrying their game. Oh, there's been there's been a total of 5,712,550 Cena losses in Showcase. But do you realize that a lot of people are only playing Showcase to unlock the content? Ain't that funny? You can buy the accelerator. You can buy the accelerator or the mega boost or whatever they want to call it. You can buy it and still has to run through Showcase. That's the main reason people are even playing Showcase, because in my honest opinion, the mode is garbage. The mode is garbage. That's just my personal opinion. And then you look at this. You got locker codes locked behind my faction. You got this locked behind my faction. Everything is all about my faction. It's all about my faction. You want to give a happy birthday to Macho Man Randy Savage when he's had the same model since what? He's had the same model for years. You don't give a damn about these legends. You don't even want to update the legends like Shawn Michaels, like Macho Man Randy Savage, like Trish Stratus. You don't want to update these models like Lita. You don't update the legends. Everything is all about my faction. And this is where the modders come in handy. They're making your job a hell of a lot easier. They're keeping universe mode alive. They're the sole reason people are coming back to 2K and being like, man, what did I miss? Oh, they got an Attitude Era pack, they got a New Japan pack, they got an ECW pack, so on and so forth. They got an AW pack. The modders are keeping your game alive. But let's say you take away all of the modders. Let's say 2K keeps on trying. Because believe me, they're gonna keep trying. Patch 1.21 may not have been successful, but they're gonna double down and they're gonna keep trying till it works out. But let's say it ends up working out. Let's say we have a game and all of the mods are no longer a factor. Let's say that they double down. Anytime Joe Massups or any creator, any modder uploads a creation, their account gets sniped, their account gets taken down, or it gets a strike. Let's say that was the case. Until they just said, hey, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired of making new accounts. I'm done modding. Let's say that was the case. How long do you think 2K24 would last? If there were no mods. How long do you think 2K24 would last? I'm just saying. Because the game by itself, the standalone game, you don't do anything with universe mode. It's been trashed for ages. You don't do anything with GM mode. You brought the game mode back for no apparent reason. You're not going to do anything with it. The rivalry system is ass. Showcase mode is garbage. You're just doing the same objectives over and over and over again. My rise, whatever, my career, the lock, and all this bullshit is trash. You got so many people missing from the base roster. The DLC, you can scrub away some of the content from the DLC and add other wrestlers that people would actually fuck with. You don't want to do that. The DLC also, the DLC also stops on August 16th. So tell me, how long would 2K24 last? With no mods. No mod support at all. How long would 2K24 last? It wouldn't last that long. And this is not a shot at the devs because I fuck with B Will. I fuck with Brian Williams heavy. He has been involved with WWE games since SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. That's my guy. I know he really cares about wrestling games. I know he does. And he has came out multiple occasions and gave a shout out to a lot of these modders. He says, "Oh, I love his work. I love his work. I love his work." He's done it on multiple occasions, so I highly doubt it was his decision. It's the people overseeing them, the higher ups at 2K, the higher ups at Take-Two Interactive. They're the ones that we got to watch out for. And with this being implemented, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared for the future of this franchise because each and every year that goes by, they get more and more anti-consumer. And even you got the next makers. Even you got the next makers coming out and saying that this is dog shit, that this is bullshit, that this is a major L. So my question is, what's the next meeting gonna be like? How's the vibes gonna be like for 2K24? What are you gonna say to them? Because it seems like every time the next makers speak up and they're like, hey, I don't like what you did with universe mode. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Nothing gets fixed. Nothing gets implemented. They asked, why are things still locked from why are things still locked behind my faction? What was your excuse? We got two separate teams working on that. No, we don't have the resources, yada yada yada. Just a whole bunch of bullshit. So after this, after you're trying to exterminate mods, what's the next meeting gonna be like? And I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I'm not forcing you to. I'm just asking a valid question. Have any of you next makers considered leaving the next makers program? Do you care about 2K24 as much as you originally did before this news broke out? I'm just asking a question. Because it seems like every year that goes by, like I said, they get more and more anti consumer. I'm just saying. Where do we go from here? What's next? What's next? I want to be able to stay in a wrestling game for a full calendar year, 365 days. I want to be able to say the gameplay is great. I want to be able to say that the offline story mode is good. I want to be able to say that we have a great amount of match types. I want to be able to say that. I want to be say that the game is packed with features. I want to be able to say that. But outside of the modders and what they provide, 2K23, every time you log in, it feels like a chore. It feels like a chore. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do from here? Because we already know their main focus. Their main focus is my faction. Where are we gonna go from here? What are we gonna do from here? I am really curious to see what happens with WWE 2K24. And I don't want to hear no bullshit because I know a lot of motherfuckers are gonna come off the woodwork. Oh, you talked all of that, blah 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 blah. I'm a fucking content creator, bro. Obviously, I'm gonna get 2K24 on day one. No shit, Sherlock. I'm a content creator. But also on top of that, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling gaming fan. There's no other games to play outside of AEW Fight Forever. We're not getting the wrestling code till who knows when. We're not getting Ultra Violence Wrestling till who knows when. We're not getting Ultra Pro Wrestling till probably late 2024. So when that time comes, March 2024, what else is there going to be to play besides WWE 2K24? I'm just saying. You can't fault me on that. You can't fault me on that. And I'm seeing a lot of people starting to start boycotts. Oh, we need to boycott. We need to do this. We need to that. I'm just keeping it real, bro. That's not going to change anything. That's just how these companies operate. A lot of these companies want to be more anti-consumer than ever. They're just greedy as fuck. They're just scummy as fuck. I'm not heavily involved with Madden like I was back in the day. I used to know life that shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk to the Madden community. Let me ask you something right quick. Anybody who plays Madden, turn the volume up right quick. I'm about to tap in with y'all. What happens every single time you find a coin exploit or an XP exploit and you find a way to level up faster on MUT? What happens? What happens? What happens when you find an edge? What happens? EA shuts it down, don't they? They shut it down. They patch it, don't they? They patch the method, don't they? NBA 2K community, let me talk to you. What happens every time you try to find a VC exploit? Every time you can level up faster on NBA 2K? When you can find a shortcut to your My Career grind? What happens? What happens? They shut that method down, don't they? And this is where we are right now. It's not about having fun. It's not about getting the most out of your gaming experience. It's about maximizing profits and stacking these games with microtransactions and bullshit like my faction and my team and Ultimate Team. And even then, with these game modes, I'm just keeping it real. The players aren't getting the most from these game modes, anyways. NBA 2K dropped when in September, and I'm already hearing players complain and say that NBA 2K, my team is ass. Already. Madden came out in August, right? Right? Late August? I'm already hearing that Ultimate Team is ass. I mean, if you can just specifically look at a game like Madden, like, come on now. Come on now, my guy. I mean, it's the only, as they call it, simulation NFL game on the market. But us football fans, us who watch football every single Sunday, we know it's one of the worst virtual examples of what we see on the gridiron on Sundays. And the fans let them hear it every single year. Look at this. Look at this. 1.3. I don't even know when's the last time any Madden title has even got a 3. It's either a 2 or lower. People aren't even giving you the chance of giving you a 1. You're getting zeros, my guy. You're getting zeros. And that's just where we are right now in gaming. Now there's a couple of games out there. There's a couple of games right now that deserve their praise. But when it comes to these yearly titles like Madden, FIFA, WWE 2K, um, NBA 2K, Call of Duty, like all these yearly releases, there's little to no improvement. I'm just keeping it real. But with that being said, how do y'all feel about this? You think they're gonna double down with 2K24? You think we're gonna get anything interesting in 2K24? Are you more excited or less excited for 2K24 with this shutdown on modders news? How do you feel? Are you still gonna buy 2K24? Because I'm gonna keep it real. Quite frankly, with this news 2K, you've essentially slashed your sales in half. I'm just saying. But how do y'all feel? Let me know in the comments. Oh boy. But with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. It's Unsanctioned TV, and we out here. One love. God bless. See you in the next one. Peace.